Is it? I don't know. Is it coming? So, hello everyone. Welcome to Right Views. Today we'll be discussing some details about the Rahul Gandhi disqualification from the Parliament issue. We'll go into some of the legal issues relating to that, and then we'll discuss who is the beneficiary of this entire exercise, and we'll also discuss what are the other issues that we should be considering in this matter. So to start off, let me summarize what has happened till now. So Rahul Gandhi made a speech in which he stated, सब चोरों के नाम कैसे मोदी है, and थोड़ा ढूंढेंगे तो और सारे मोदी मिलेंगे. And based on this was a statement made during the campaign in 2019 in Karnataka, making an allegation on all people who are named Modi, allegedly. And this was challenged in a court in Surat at a district magistrate court level for defamation of a person whose name was also Modi. And in that process, the court process went back and forth, and ultimately in 2023 the district magistrate court has found Rahul Gandhi guilty of defamation, and that carries a sentence of 2 years, and he has suspended that sentence for 30 days, given him bail for 30 days to allow him time to approach the higher court, and he has passed that order last week. Now, as a legal implication of that order, his automatically Rahul Gandhi stands disqualified as a member of parliament. Now, this is based on a law which says that as soon as a court of law convicts a person, he ceases to be a member of parliament. Now, there are certain aspects as to how much and what sentencing is there, but conviction for an offense which is 2 years, okay, so it is not some small offense, but conviction for which the prescribed sentence is 2 years. Now, it may be awarded or may not be awarded, but the minute conviction happens, automatically the person is disqualified from the parliament. Now, the operation of this happens in procedurally by the parliament issuing a gazette that such and such person, since he is convicted, he is no longer a member of parliament from now on. The next step is to intimate the election commission and hold elections in that particular constituency from which the member has been disqualified. We haven't reached that stage yet, but the parliament has issued the gazette notification. So this is called operation of law. This doesn't require BJP or the speaker or any of these persons in the parliament to take any action. The action of the court in convicting automatically disqualifies this member by operation of law. Now, there has been a question as to what can Rahul Gandhi do in this case. The simple answer is he has to appeal the decision. When he appeals, there are two things that generally happen. You have to appeal the conviction, that whether he is guilty or not, that itself has to be appealed. And second, he has to appeal the sentence. Now, both things have to be appealed. The conviction itself has to be stayed by the senior court. It has to be set aside, which is saying ki now, no, the senior court does not agree with the lower court, and senior court thinks that Rahul Gandhi is not guilty. Either you get that verdict from the senior court, or you get a verdict saying that the senior court, that's interesting. The senior court stays the conviction of Rahul Gandhi. Now, in this case, there are Rahul Gandhi's membership will be reinstated, and it will be automatic. There will be a process, of course, but that will be the system. That will be the way to go about it. Now, if the conviction is not stayed, then Rahul Gandhi will stay disqualified and he will not be allowed to contest election. I think it's for about next 6 years. So he will not be able to contest the next elections. And that, people are saying, is detrimental to Congress party and its prospects in the 2024 elections. Now, let's go into that a little bit more. I think we need to understand two more things that have been said, and I haven't yet gotten confirmation from mainstream media about this. So Rahul Gandhi did not apologize in the court when the court had asked the district magistrate court had asked that if Rahul Gandhi apologizes, then we can deal with the matter, not pronounce him guilty. He said also apparently that he will go to jail. Now, these three statements and whatever statement he has made in the court are very crucial, and we need to read the full judgment before we can make a proper legal analysis of this. The judgment, I am told, is in Gujarati. It is 170 pages. Once I read the copy and a translation, I'll be able to check what is happening in that. But I think, so let's go to who is the beneficiary in this matter. I think the beneficiary is Congress. It's not BJP, definitely. I think BJP is trapped, and this is a fantastic opportunity to trap BJP in something that is not their doing. I think BJP had no clue. This case got resolved, and now suddenly it is faced with a disqualified opposition member who is the leader of his party, or one of the prominent leaders of his party. And that has got very, very bad optics to that. Now, consider this. You have to always ask, one of the important questions in media is you have to always ask this question: why am I seeing this news? Why is it happening now? And when I ask these questions, I realize that this is a very, very problematic situation for BJP. I think already the assault on Indian democracy has started from abroad. We had the BBC documentary, we had the attacks, the Khalistani attacks on High Commission. We have happiness index, which has come out, where India is no longer happy, considered to be happy. The freedom of I think it's a media freedom index or something that also had came out that also came out a few weeks back, where press freedom has actually declined as per that report. So this kind of narrative building is gaining prominence, and this particular incident will add to that narrative. As soon as this has happened today, you will see BBC, Washington Post, New York Times, also Economist, and you can also expect Wall Street Journal and other mainstream media, BBC, of course, I should not forget BBC, to join this gang, and this will be again held against India as a lack of democratic values or something of that sort. This is one aspect. The second aspect is if you look at the Ukraine model, and I have discussed it on my Substack. So if you are listening, please do subscribe to my Substack. I post there regularly. So I think if Ukraine model is to go by, there is a risk that this opportunity can be used by anti-national elements and to create something like a protest equivalent of the CA or Farm Bill protest. A similar kind of protest may be engineered by the opposition or by anti-India forces, not necessarily opposition, but anti-India forces may use this issue to create disruptions. And the government needs to watch out for that. Finally, I think this is a landmark point in India's political cycle. I think whatever is happening from today and whatever is the reaction to this will determine how strong our democracy is and how strong the government's commitment to law and order is. And it is easier in a way to deal with geopolitical situations, or it is easier to deal with, let's say, a geopolitical stalemate between countries on a foreign policy or Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that forum, or the G20 forum. But when it comes to mass protest, it's very difficult. I would like to highlight that there are mass protests going on in France and Europe at this moment. And mass protest in India will have its own repercussions, and we need to be careful about that. So mass protest is something I think government should quickly act and make sure this doesn't turn out into a CA or Farm Bills protest kind of a movement. Both of those movements, if you remember, were really non-issues. CA did not concern any Indian, but still the protest was very, very, vigorous, and it was well funded. The same went for farm protests. The bills were actually in favor of the farmer, but yet it was a well-funded protest. So be careful of the well-funded protests that may happen in the near future. As per what Rahul Gandhi and the legal side of it, I want to tell you based on my legal experience, and it may not be reflective of what actually transpired. But in case when a district magistrate is the lowest court in India, so when a district magistrate court is faced with an accused which is of the status of Rahul Gandhi, the district magistrate court usually takes the safe route out, because the district magistrate himself or herself feels a lot of pressure in this, and there is always a path for appeal and access to senior court. So if in case this situation was really against Rahul Gandhi and there was a lot of pressure on the district magistrate, then the magistrate would have, in my view, put out all the facts and reasonings in favor or against Rahul Gandhi in the judgment, but he would have concluded that he doesn't find that Rahul Gandhi should be convicted, opening the door for the opponent, that is the person who complained, the complainant, opening the door for the complainant to file an appeal and get an order in his favor. That allows for the complainant to go, the positive narration in the order allows for the complainant to go to the senior court and get an order. In senior court, Rahul Gandhi can again put up his case, and then the burden shifts on the senior court. This has happened time and again. It is not like this is something new. It also tells the senior court that the magistrate is under tremendous pressure, and senior courts do acknowledge this issue. However, in this case, the magistrate did convict Rahul Gandhi. That was surprising to me. If in case if the case is so clear, so cut and dry, that magistrate has to convict Rahul Gandhi, even then Rahul Gandhi has an option to appeal. And when he appeals, he will get adequate opportunity to put forth his case and therefore build up a time frame that will allow him to complete his term. So in many cases, what happens is, as the process goes to the senior court stays the process, conviction is stayed, sentencing is stayed, and it gives a date for let's say 2024 October. By that time, Rahul Gandhi's term is already finished. The matter becomes infructuous, except for the criminal defamation part, which is his personal defamation. That political aspect will get diffused by May of 2024. This could have been a process while giving justice to the complainant, at the same time not creating political turmoil. Why it was not availed, and why did the court convict him? Because overturning conviction is a little difficult, but in many cases, at the stage of magistrate court, if the conviction is given, it is possible to overturn it. As you go higher, the conviction is difficult to overturn. Progressively, the difficulty increases. Finally, with all these facts, I think this is a political game by some misinformed strategists from the Congress party to gain sympathy in favor of Rahul Gandhi. That is one option. Or second, he did not believe that he will be convicted. And it was so ridiculous. And I think, probably the defense of Rahul Gandhi did not do a good job. That is possible. So we'll get to know of that when we read the order in Gujarati. Finally, this is a trap where anti-national elements can use it, and we have to be alert to that. With that, I will end today's broadcast. Thank you for joining, and have a nice day.